Welcome everyone watching to another SASA live stream. This is our new team highlights. They're meant to showcase the behind the scenes work we do as an organization and give the chance for our team leaders, volunteers, and interns to share their experiences with the public. Now on the stream, we have the outreach team and we have the team leader, Sarah Richardson, joining us today. First, I just have a little bit of housekeeping for us, as per usual. Now, what is SASA? We're the Save Ancient Studies Alliance. Our mission is to reverse the current downward trend in the study of the ancient world by engaging the public and bringing together students and scholars to share their passion for the study of the ancient world in order to inspire a vast new generation of students. You can find us on all of the major social media platforms. Just search Save Ancient Studies to find us there. Our live event protocol. We just ask that you please be kind and respectful, listen, and if you are commenting in the chat, just ask thoughtful questions. Don't know if we'll have time to get to them today, but definitely put them in there if you have them. Please be patient with technology and those administering it. Our live events are live streamed on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, and the recordings will be posted on the above platform shortly after the event. And please do consider becoming a recurring donor. If you enjoy our live events, our archaeo gaming, book clubs, and reading groups, or find value in any of the work that these teams will be highlighting for us, please consider becoming a supporter of SASA with a recurring monthly donation. For as little as $3 a month, you can help us save ancient studies, and you just go to saveancientstudies.org/donate to learn more. Or you can hit that little QR code in the upper left-hand corner of your screen, and it will take you straight to that page. And thank you for joining us. Put that there. And I'm going to get up my notes. So yes, Sarah, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So I guess to begin, can you tell us a bit about what the outreach team does at SASA and what your role is in it?
Oh, gladly. So the outreach team at SASA is responsible for making connections for the rest of our teams. So we are reaching out to high school teachers, to professors, to other people who have projects that include the ancient world, and bringing new aspects of that to light for most of the rest of the people that would be following SASA. So we connect with Port Ancient partners as well. So we are kind of the hub that brings all of the different moving parts together in one way, shape, or form.
Okay, great. And I guess what initially drew you to SASA? How did you start with us?
So I actually met David at a conference that we were both attending, and we sat and we had a nice long chat, and I really enjoyed hearing about what SASA was doing and kind of the way that we're going about addressing the downward trend in ancient studies. And I thought, I want to be a part of that. So we chatted a bit more, and here I am.
Yeah, well, thank you for sharing that. And for those who don't know David, that would be David Danzig. He's the founder of SASA.
My apologies. Yes.
No, that's absolutely fine. So why did you choose to lead the outreach team in particular?
I think that outreach is vital for any organization. And I'd done a little bit of outreach work in the past with some other groups I'd been a part of. And I really found that I enjoy reaching out and making those initial connections and putting people in contact with the right teams. So, for example, while bringing on Port Ancient partners, we do we chat with them, we figure out where they want to be contributing, and then we put them in contact with, like Cassie or Lauren or the archaeo gaming team. And we try and help everyone find what they're looking for in these relationships that they're building. And that's kind of why I chose outreach, is because I like to help facilitate that process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's incredibly important work. I know we rely on you a lot for some of the behind the scenes connecting and finding guests and whatnot for our projects. So,
Well, that's another part of it too, is I like the behind the scenes aspect a lot too. It I like like I said, facilitating and not necessarily being the center of what's going on. I'm very happy to be the one behind the scenes going, yes, and this person and that person, and yeah.
Okay, so what is, I guess, your background with ancient studies in general? What do you specialize in?
So I am an archaeologist. I specialize in the early Bronze Age in what is now Israel and Jordan. So about 3,000, somewhere around 3,000, 2,500 BC. I look at houses and households during that period in that region. And that's what my PhD is on. But I also work with a little bit later periods as well. So the late Bronze Age in the same region. And while working in both of those time periods, I also do like geospatial analysis and mapping of sites and things like that. Yeah, so
Okay.
a lot of broad and narrow things that I have going on there.
I could say I'm jealous of the field work. It's something I've always wanted to kind of get involved with more. So.
Oh, I love it, and that's what kept me in the field. Was the field work. I initially went on an excavation as a volunteer, and then, as some would say, my entire life changed.
Yep.
Yep.
Sounds about right. Once you get in those digs, you don't go back.
No.
Okay, so can you tell us maybe what your favorite project is that the outreach team works on?
Oh, well, one that I'm really invested in right now, I think, is what I'll go with instead of favorite. I don't like to play favorites, but we're working with connecting middle school teachers with resources right now. So we have our Archeo gaming modules, our now renamed Archeo education models, our AEMs, which are fantastic. But we're also partnering with an author and publisher that is making resources available for ancient Egyptology aspects for middle school students. So right now we're working with connecting the author and publisher with teachers that would be interested to get these resources. And that is one of the most important projects that I feel like we're working on right now, because it's what SASA is all about, isn't it?
Yep, exactly. It's kind of a direct outreach. Exactly.
Yep. So,
yeah. So I'm curious, can you share like the author and who you're working with, or is it a little hush hush right now? I'm sure we'll announce it later.
I think we're going to announce it later once we get some of the fine details kind of ironed out. But yeah, I will leave that one up to David Danzig.
That makes sense. Yeah.
The team. I'm not
gonna spill those beats quite yet, but be on the lookout. This will be a big announcement.
Definitely.
So I guess, why do you think it's important for an organization like SASA to have an outreach team?
As much as all of our individual teams work well together and we all have our different aspects that we're bringing to the table, I think outreach, in addition to like live events, we're the ones that bring others in, and then that also helps us get the word out. So I think that outreach is kind of that give and take area, the overlap between the inner workings of SASA and getting the word out, much like live events is.
Yeah. So, no, I mean, I appreciate that. I know that we work very closely together, like we said, behind the scenes, and without you, things like our Port Ancient streams, like, they just wouldn't happen. I don't have enough time in my day to reach out to so many partners.
And I think that's why outreach is very important, is especially things like Port Ancient and making those connections for SASA and for our partners, because we have partners of all sizes, right? We have various partners who have a very small reach and partners that have a very large reach, and helping everyone to reach the proper audiences is vital, I think, for both SASA and our partners.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. And if we want to move forward with our mission, of course, we
Mhm.
need to get the word out.
No, exactly.
So how does your team, I guess, work together with the other teams that make up SASA? I know we've mentioned the live events a bit. Do you work with any other teams?
So most recently, we've been working with, of course, live events, but also our virtual conference team, um, helping to connect partners who are interested with on our virtual conference coordinator, and as well as finding different groups to stream for us and do some other behind the scenes things. We're also working a bit with mentorship um, in their initiative to build a mentoring program, doing some of the background research and some other things for them. And then, of course, our AEM, our Archeo Gaming team. I've been working with them a lot um, with finding, with
Yeah.
finding new partners and people to work with.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's absolutely very important work. Let's see what my next question is here. What would you say to people who are interested in volunteering with SASA, but perhaps haven't taken the jump yet to reach out?
I would say take the jump. SAS is a wonderful organization to work with. Reach out no matter what you're looking at doing and what skills you're looking at building. We have a team that would be happy to have you. Um, Everyone that I've worked with at SASA is extremely welcoming. We value diversity, and we value people from all sorts of educational backgrounds and all sorts of backgrounds in general. You don't have to be an ancient studies person to be volunteering with SASA. Like
Mm-hmm.
communications, finance, all of these things, and many, many more. We definitely have a spot that would be perfect for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I can echo that. It's been a great resource for me as far as networking
Yeah.
and getting to know, how everything works as
Mm-hmm.
far as not only academics, but running a nonprofit in general.
Yeah.
Certainly, it's something that I think we have a space for a lot of people. And yeah, check it
Mm-hmm.
out. I know we're also just started taking applications for fall internships as well. So a little plug, go to our
We
website
have.
and
Yeah.
do that there.
Yeah. Come join us.
Yes, exactly. Join us. I swear we're not a cult. So, because this leads it from that a bit, what would you say has been your favorite part of working with SASA?
Oh, that's a hard one. My favorite part of working with SASA, I think, is the connections and the networking that has occurred. Um, whether it's connecting with different conference coordinators, because I forgot to mention, so Outreach is also in charge right now of organizing SASA members' attendance at other conferences. So whether it's connections there or connections with partnerships and coordination partners or just connections within SASA, the number of people that I've met and just kind of clicked with, and the enthusiasm that everyone has for the field, no matter where they fall within it, that has been probably my favorite part of working with SASA. Yeah.
Well, thank you for answering that. Now, I know you just said you work with outside conferences and SASA
Yeah.
people who might want to attend them.
Yeah.
What type of presence do we typically have at those conferences?
It depends on the size of the conference and kind of who all is going. So usually we start with asking the general SASA team who's planning on going to conferences. What would you like to do? What would you be comfortable doing? So it varies from giving business cards for people to go up and kind of chat with people in groups and hand those business cards out, to getting a table with different flyers and brochures and things like that, and sign up sheets for contacting people. So, like I said, it varies. The larger conferences, SAAs, we had a presence at this year. So the Society for American Anthropology, huge conference, great group of people that we had there. We also had a presence at the Society for Biblical Literature, the international conference in Pretoria, South Africa, just a couple weeks ago now. And we had a table there with a sign-up sheet and materials. So, like I said, it varies what our volunteers are comfortable with and kind of what the conference has room to accommodate us with as well.
Okay. Well, I think we've got a good snapshot of your team and what you do. And of course, we'll likely be having you back in future team highlights for updates on what you're working on. First thing I want to share with people is wrong QR code. We have our virtual conference that we've been mentioning, and Sarah and the team did a lot of outreach for this. Definitely check it out. It's free, open to the public. You can RSVP now by scanning that QR code, and it will take you straight to the website. Now, is there anything that we didn't get to that you'd like to share, Sarah?
Not that I can think of. But yeah, I do want to say though, thank you again for having me on. It's been a pleasure as always. And yeah.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for coming as well. We appreciate you being on stream with us. And I think I'm going to end it here shortly. Everyone, just have a fantastic weekend.
Yeah. Enjoy your Sunday or the rest of your day.
Yes, and you too. And signing off.